Good morning and welcome to the Crawford County Commissioners Work Session for February 5th. We'll start with Veteran Services.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning,
Morning,
Tony.
Tony.
I'm here to seek approval to purchase my annual flag allotment for cemeteries. 15,120 flags in the amount of $12,296. It is budgeted.
Okay, how did it compare to last year's cost? Did it go up a little bit?
4 cents cheaper this year.
Oh, nice. Any questions for Tony?
No.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Correctional Facility.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning,
Jack.
Jack.
This morning, I got two items that need ratified. Item A is ratify the payment of $787.80 to Craftmaster Hardware for the purchase of a door closer at the front of the facility. This is not a budgeted item.
Okay.
Item B is ratify the payment of $838.30 to Lindsay Refrigeration for the replacement of 2 rooftop unit crankcase heaters, and this is also not a budgeted item.
Okay, any questions for Jack?
The door, is it fixed yet, or,
No, yeah, we're waiting on the part.
okay.
All right, thank you, Jack.
Thank you.
Juvenile Probation.
Morning, Commissioner.
No,
Morning.
really.
I'm here to seek approval for a few items. First is the approval for the contract with our probation department and the Crawford County Conservation District effective April 1st, 2025 to October 15th, 2025 for mowing, trimming, and basic yard cleanup through the community service program. We will be in receipt of $5,000 for the completed work.
Okay,
The second item is to seek approval for the fleet account agreement with the Plaza Car Wash for washing and cleaning of the 8 JPO vehicles. The wash agreement selected is the gold level wash, discounted to $12 per wash. It'll be tax exempt with invoiced, and that'll be invoiced monthly, and this is a budgeted item.
okay,
The third item is to seek approval for the JCJC YLS agreement with the Crawford County Juvenile Probation Department effective January 1. The YLS assessments will be purchased at a rate of $4 per use, and this is a budgeted item.
okay,
Number 4 is to seek approval for the BI extended warranty and support agreement effective April 1 of 2025 through March 31st of 2026. This is a house arrest agreement which covers our 10 Home Guard 2020 electronic monitoring units for repair and maintenance of the units. The warranty amount is $3,940, and this is a budgeted item which is covered now through needs-based funding.
okay,
And the final item is to seek approval for a 1-year master agency agreement with SCRAM for the use of 3 GPS electronic monitoring units for a trial basis. The units have a rental cost of $3.32 per day when they are in use.
any questions for Holly?
Nope.
Thank you, Holly. District Attorney.
Hi, Paula.
Morning.
I'm requesting approval of the payment in the amount of $5,236.72 to the Pennsylvania DA's Association for the yearly membership assessment and attorney's fees, and it is a budgeted item. Thank you.
This, does this cover, like, it seems like a little higher than most association dues. Is there a per attorney association fee to that? Is that why?
There's the DA's Association, so it's for the
Okay.
county. There's a county fee,
Okay,
and then depending on how many attorneys we have at the time, then those are individual fees
okay,
as well.
okay, thank you.
So it includes for the individuals as well.
Thank
It
you.
allows us to take part in all of the free trainings
Okay,
and CLEs that we can,
it's
Can
paid
get-
for then upfront basis for us though.
right? They give us all of our legal information, updates on case law,
Okay.
legislative updates.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
The courts?
Good morning.
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 We're seeking approval this morning to purchase a NVR, which is the recording system for the security cameras the outside cameras at the Linesville MDJ office from Mobilecom for a cost of $400. It was not budgeted.
Okay, any questions for Heidi? Thank you. The chief assessor?
Good morning.
Morning.
Hello, Joe.
First item that I bring to you is the invoice for our annual maintenance agreement for Vision in the amount of $18,070 for the CAMA software that we do for the year beginning January 1st, ending December 31st, 2025.
Okay,
And then we are coming to you with a request for 2 iPads, replacing the 8-year-old ones that we have. More importantly, these will be able to connect, download maps and things, which we currently can't do right now. We've been having personnel actually using their phones to be able to do that. So it would be, the amount for the two iPads together will be $399.98. They're currently $199.99 each. And then the data plan for both of them, $36.99 a piece, for a total of $73.98 per month for those. My understanding is that the data plan's a little more comprehensive in the area than some of their phone plans were.
Any questions for Joe? Thank you.
Thank you.
IT? Morning.
Hi, Tim.
IT is here to request approval of the new Crawford County Artificial Intelligence Policy, AI policy. This policy's been reviewed by Keith.
Okay, did you look at that?
No, I don't know if that's been forwarded to us yet,
Yeah,
if
could
you wouldn't mind.
send that to us?
Yeah.
I've not seen it.
Yeah,
I know it's been in the works, I just don't know.
yeah, I gave you,
Thank you.
I'll send it to everybody.
Yeah, we went on running through.
I'm sure it'll read like
I
an
think we were running through
encyclopedia,
insurance or something as well, I'm sure, so. Stephanie, did you guys talk to the insurance company about this with Zach once already? AI stuff?
Started the process of
Okay.
talking about it.
Currently, Zach is the only department using it, and there's, and what the
So this
policy-
is the stuff you were working on, Zach?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, if you
What
could
this-
forward us a
yeah.
copy of it, so.
Yeah, what this policy covers is any AI tools that the county uses have to be added to our approved list.
Okay.
And all of his are approved.
Okay,
Got it, thank you.
yep, thank you.
And then second, ratify the purchase of the headsets for the WebEx phone system from CDWG for $6,279. It's a budget item.
Question on the headsets. Have we talked to him a little bit about, maybe looking at the quality, if it's been okay the first couple ones, if you want to, maybe have a discussion with us afterwards about looking
Yeah.
at one step different?
We've had, one user already kind of complain about how it fits on the head and
It-
interferes
It
with our hair.
didn't catch any of my hair in my head, but I
Yeah,
was
and
okay.
I
But
didn't
some
have
of
the same problem as
providers,
you, yeah.
I heard some of the people using it were doing it, so we would, on
It
behalf
cut
of.
him deep and head wounds
If
bleed
you-
like
On behalf of
others.
anybody here who might have that problem, could you maybe reach out to Chris at some point so we could look at
Yeah,
Sure.
we
an
can go
adjustment?
over.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
And lastly, ratify the new contract with David Weekly. He used to be managed by a company that no longer wanted to manage him, so his wife actually created a company, and I will give Courtney the name of that company for the full session, and I'll put that on there. But you guys have his contract,
Okay,
and so just ratify that contract. It has been reviewed by Keith, and it is a budget item.
okay, thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Tim.
Public safety. Gracious, Greg. More as much stuff as Zach does.
Yeah.
We're gonna be really publicly safe after this.
Saved it all up for once. Okay, good morning, everyone.
No,
Morning.
Greg.
Hi, Craig.
We're gonna ask you to ratify the grant agreement with PIMA in the amount of $93,599.68 from our interconnectivity fund for offsetting costs of our GIS costs for 911 and the ILEC costs that we have.
Okay,
Okay.
Asking to approve the agreement with Andy's Cleaning for custodial work at the public safety buildings 3 times a week at $860 a month. It's budgeted, and there is no increase from the previous price.
okay,
We need to replace our 6 Zetron radio consoles at a cost of $22,452, and it's budgeted to be done by Mobilcom.
okay,
And approve the service quote with Breathing Air Systems to repair the oil sight glass filler on the air trailer at a cost of $351.11.
okay,
And to approve the purchase of 3 MSA Galaxy chargers and cylinder holders at a cost of $9,972. It's a budgeted expense using grant money from the Hazmat Response Fund grant. Those will be distributed to fire departments in the county as the final part of an ongoing 3-year project.
okay.
Next page. We'd like you to approve the payment of $15,950.07 to Erie County Department of Public Safety for our portion of the EMS plan administrator's costs.
Okay,
And approve the enrollment into an AI skills training lab for emergency call taking through Priority Dispatch Corporation at a cost of $2,500 annually.
okay,
And approve the renewal of the maintenance agreement with Hagen Business Machines for the public safety document machine. It's a budgeted expense. And approve the payment of $584.37 to Clausen Oil for delivery of diesel fuel to the public safety building generator. And we'd like your approval of the 2024 hazardous materials annual report.
See, now you don't have to say how much longer it's actually done. So, okay.
Yeah,
All right, any questions for Greg?
No, sir.
All right, thank you.
thanks, Greg.
County maintenance.
Morning.
Hi, Mark.
Morning.
Asking to ratify approval of invoices for the courthouse remodeling project for $237.43.
Okay,
Asking approval to pay Ascendance Truck Centers, this is for a heat controller in the International Truck for $514.47. This will be paid for with liquid fuels money.
okay,
Asking approval to pay Scobell Company, this is to replace a compressor on the rooftop unit at the Judicial Center for $11,400.
that's the original one.
Yes.
Okay,
Ask approval to pay Stark Tech, this is for the service agreement at the Judicial Center for $2,500.
okay, any questions for Mark?
No.
Thank you, Mark.
All right, thanks, sir.
Planning?
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning, Zach.
How's that?
First item this morning, we're asking for approval for a payment to Ferguson Construction Company, reimbursing them $576 for training wages. This is paid for out of whole home.
Okay,
We're also asking for approval for a payment to Vogue Heating and Cooling to reimburse them $1,128 for the same training wages, and it's paid out of the same pot.
okay,
There's a second payment we're requesting for Vogue Heating and Cooling in the amount of $640 for the same program and the same funding stream.
okay,
We're asking for approval for a payment to MG Electrical Services to reimburse them for $1,088 for their training wages paid for out of the same program.
okay,
And then another reimbursement request for Ferguson Construction Company, reimbursing them $1,024 for training wages associated with the whole home program.
okay,
We are also asking for approval of a grant award contract between Crawford County and Common Roots for $20,000 paid for through the county's blight revitalization program.
okay,
The Planning Commission has reviewed this application and is recommending it to the board.
okay,
We're asking for approval for payment of $991 for the American Planning Association's membership dues for myself, Samantha Travis, and Deb Frawley, as outlined in the packet.
okay,
We're asking approval to purchase AI software from Grammarly Inc. for use in the planning office. The software amount is $1,152 and is budgeted.
okay,
We're also asking for approval to renew our Monday.com software license in the amount of $2,417. This is also a budgeted item.
okay,
And then finally, we're asking to ratify a contract between Crawford County Sturdy Boots Construction and homeowner number 18 to initiate home repairs out of the whole home repair program.
any questions for Zach? Thank you, Zach.
Thank you.
Human Services.
Morning, Sue.
Hi,
Before
Sue.
you start, Sue, I was told by one of your deputies for all of us to wish you a happy birthday today.
Ah,
So
all
happy
Thank you.
birthday.
There you go.
Now you can go. We didn't
Thank
sing,
you.
we were gonna sing, but she said that
Yeah.
was going too far. So
Zoning laws.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm requesting ratification of the needs-based plan and budget for fiscal year 23-24. This revision 1 amendment is necessary because there was an increase in community-based placements for both JPO and CYS.
Okay.
We had an increase in placement numbers. That increase directly impacted the number of days spent in care. Requesting approval of the purchase requisition to Crawford Central School District for shared bus transportation for a foster child for the month of October per the McKinney-Vento Act, which is the federal law that protects the education rights of homeless children and youth. The cost of the bus transportation to and from school was $1,985.99. The cost to the county was $397.20. Requesting approval of the purchase requisition to Crawford Central School District for shared bus transportation for the same foster child for the month of November. The cost of the bus transportation to and from school was $1,534.63. The cost to the county was $306.93. Requesting approval of the purchase requisition to Pennsylvania Children and Youth Administrators 2025 membership dues. The total cost is $3,017. The cost to the county is $652.95. Requesting approval of the blanket food request for potential various vendors throughout 2025 for CCHS meetings. These would include 12 CCHS board meetings, up to 14 family group decision-making meetings, and 1 lunch for the ID department during their annual individual service plan rollover. The total cost would not exceed $3,550. The cost to the county would not exceed $326.24.
Okay,
Requesting approval of the C1 amendment of the fiscal year 24-25 mental health contract with the ARC of Crawford County for companion services. ODP previously increased the ID state set rates retroactive back to July 1st. We have agreed to increase the mental health rate effective February 1st, with the caveat that the contract maximum for the mental health service is not being increased. Requesting approval of the C1 amendment of the fiscal year 24-25 mental health contract with Youth Advocate Program for habilitation and chore homemaker services. ODP previously increased the ID set rates retroactive back to July 1st. Again, we've agreed to increase back as of February 1st. Again, with the maximum contract not to exceed the previous amount.
okay. Any questions for Sue?
On your membership dues for the PCYA, does that like cover annual training or certifications or what?
Yes, yeah, Kelly goes away for like 2 or 3 days quarterly,
Okay,
and it covers that.
that covers that cost.
Yep.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Sue.
Finance? Morning, Stephanie.
Good morning.
Morning.
For your approval, I have the following invoices. The first is to the Crawford County Regional Airport Authority. It's for their 2025 budgeted allocation in the amount of $40,000. The second is to Penn State Extension. It's the Quarter 1 2025 budgeted allocation in the amount of $72,500. The third is to Community Health Services. It's invoice number 183. It's the 12 of 2024 trip reimbursement in the amount of $51,746. The fourth is to the Treasurer of the City of Meadville. It's our 2025 stormwater bills in the amount of $5,503.60. The fifth is to CATA, invoice number 6610. It is the 2025 budgeted allocation in the amount of $50,000. The sixth is to Penn Soil Resource Conservation. It is the 2025 budgeted allocation in the amount of $5,000. The seventh is to Mayor Dussel, invoice number 1104617-P1. It's our fiscal year 2024 audit first progress billing in the amount of $18,000. And then I have the following. The first is a grant. It's Women's Services. It's for the calendar year 2025 Stop Abuse Grant in the amount of $125,000. And the second is from Mayor Dussel. It's an engagement letter addendum for our single audit for 2024. There is no monetary value to it. It's just detailing the extra items they have to cover in the CFA.
Good. Any questions for Stephanie? Thank you, Stephanie.
Just, Stephanie, we, as a group, we do want to express our sympathy to you at the loss of your husband.
Thank you.
We greatly appreciate you coming in and handling this stuff amidst, we know you've made plans for funerals and that type of stuff. If you need anything, by all means, contact any last one of us, okay?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
The HR Director
Good morning, Commissioners.
/ Chief
Hello.
Clerk.
I'm requesting to ratify the separation and release agreement with Gina Chatfield.
Okay,
And the next is approval for the 2025 SHRP membership dues in the amount of $985, and this is a budgeted item.
okay. Any questions for Brittany?
No.
The County Treasurer.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm here to ask you to approve the resolution establishing the tax collector compensation for the 26 through 2029 tax years.
Okay,
Also asking to ratify the printing contract with Printing Concepts for the printing of the 2025 real estate tax bills.
okay.
Also asking to have you ratify the extension of the maintenance contract with Government Software Services for the tax claim software module.
You were anticipating 2 months on that.
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay, any questions for Christine? What, if you have public comment, we'll have, what can add you at the end if you'd like, is that okay? Thank you. And she'll be here still, so. Voters? Our voter
Morning,
director.
Jess.
Hi,
Hello,
good morning.
Jess.
Lynn, you're getting to be pretty good here coming to the
That's
podium,
right.
we like it.
Morning. I would like to request to approve the purchase of the election barn camera and network system and the amount of $4,386.50. This project's going to be paid with the election integrity grant funding.
Okay.
Okay, and thank you to Matt and Scott for all your work getting that
Yeah.
done. That's much appreciated. to put
Looking
work
at that
You did
gross
great.
attic and everything.
Yeah, yep. Oh, you're crawling in the attic to do it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The plans have changed ever so slightly to,
Yeah.
yeah.
And what else do you got, dude?
Okay, and I would also like to request to ratify the payment of $336 to the Hike Company for a network cable that is to be used for the barn project. That's also going to be paid with the election integrity grant.
Okay, Jesselyn hopes you don't have any questions. Do you have any questions, anyone? Okay, good. Thank you, Jesselyn.
All right, thank you.
The commissioners.
Good morning, Keith.
Good morning. This is a resolution establishing or approving an intergovernmental agreement for tax collection services with Conneautville Borough. So presently, the Office of Tax Collector in Conneautville Borough is vacant. Under the Borough Code, the Borough Secretary can collect the taxes during the vacancy. The county is authorized to use the treasurer to collect its taxes during the vacancy. However, because the county and the local taxes are invoiced on the same bill, it makes sense to have one collector for both. And so this agreement, this is an intergovernmental cooperation agreement with Conneautville Borough to have their secretary collect them just for this year. And then it's assumed that it'll be filled for next year, either by election or by appointment.
Okay, any questions for Keith? Sure, we'd like to get that. We could, we do that?
No objection.
No objections for any of us? Okay. The next upcoming events are February 12th, the full session. We'll be closed on Monday, February 17th for President Day. The next work session will be after that, be February 19th. Any public comment? Welcome to come to the podium.
Sarah.
Just tell us, you can come right up here to the podium, please. Tell us your name and where you're from.
Hi, I'm Sarah Medbeck. I'm the Woodcock tax collector. I'm also the Crawford County Tax Collectors Association president. This is my first time attending this meeting, so if I'm not sure exactly what all we're allowed to do and not do, but
You're
I
general
just
public
wanted
comment. You're
to
good.
talk about the resolution for our compensation.
Sure.
We noticed that in paragraph 7, the word June still has not been changed to July, where that was supposed to have been updated. So we would like that updated.
Okay.
Also with the new paragraph 14, it doesn't seem to clearly outline that if we do provide the TXT file, that we will get the additional 25 cents. It just says that, you know, we can do that, but it doesn't specifically say that we will earn that 25-cent incentive.
You guys amenable to those? That's fine.
Okay, and I'm not sure why the number 2, for the unpaids is being decreased by the 25, because that doesn't have anything to do with our monthly distribution. And at the end, I know Christine's been working with Randy about the format, and that he's saying that, you know, the format can be given to him to be able to upload it into the RBA tax claim system or whatever. So that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, but wasn't Randy saying that he was able to generate that report? Okay,
Could all be a moot point, I think, from the sounds of it, so.
okay,
As long as I get it like that, it's not gonna matter.
okay,
It's just in the event that I don't get it.
okay, thank you. I also had a question about this intergovernmental agreement with the Conneautville Borough.
Sure.
It's my understanding that the steps for filling a vacancy are first with a resident of the borough, which they currently do not have. Second would be a joint jurisdiction with another tax collector, which they have been offered. So I don't know why that step is being skipped to jump to the third step, which it's my understanding that that third step only takes effect if there's no other option. And we have offered them that option of doing a joint jurisdiction with a neighboring tax collector that's in the Conneaut School District, so that that person would already know, you know, how to collect and everything. Because I know I've spoken to the secretary, and she's not real thrilled about wanting to do it. As she said, she's like, I don't want to be stuck doing this job. So I don't know if we need to attend their meeting on Monday.
Yeah, I mean, I think if there's a joint tax collection district, that would be between the two municipalities involved, and the county wouldn't necessarily have a ton of involvement in that, so you might want to talk to the borough solicitor about
Can I ask where the,
my understanding is it's not 1, 2,
Right.
3. I think the
kind of where I want.
regardless of whether you do it.
Yeah, was this agreement, was the genesis of this agreement with the borough?
Yeah.
It was, okay. That I was not aware.
I would say, to me, I would say your discussion would be with the other part of the signer, which would be the Countyville Borough. I think that maybe going to their meeting might be, I don't, I'm like,
I don't know to what extent they've discussed the issue.
I have
joint tax collection
no idea.
with Surrounding municipalities.
Okay. Because it's my understanding the school doesn't know what they're doing yet
Right,
either, which could cause a problem down the road. But if they
Sure.
do a joint tax collector, that person can do all three.
Solves all the problems.
Yeah.
and I assume they just reached out to us to start this process, correct?
Yeah, it's my
So-
understanding they couldn't find anybody there.
Yeah, so I,
And I don't
yeah.
know, that's just when I talked with Dina, that's what she told me. Dina's the girl that's gonna be doing this.
Yeah, the secretary.
She told me they
Yeah, I
couldn't
can,
find
I
anybody, and
don't think Christine's tripping over to do any of these intergovernmental agreements with anybody we can, so, I mean, I don't, you know, if they wanna change pathways of going here, they might wanna do that, so.
it was them, they're the ones that proposed
Yeah.
us with it.
Yeah, the borough solicitor reached out to the county.
Well, I don't know if I can say this, but if it happens again in the future, if you could just reach out to me and I could help, you know, facilitate that better, so that we do have, you know, a tax collector doing this who's a little more knowledgeable and,
The only thing I gathered from our conversation was they were interested in having them in the borough, instead of someone from outside, so, like somebody in the borough collecting it. They
Mhm.
live there or not, but they live in the borough to be able to collect it.
yeah.
That's the only thing that.
They can always, the joint tax collector can always hold the office hours in the borough as well, so, I guess we'll reach out to them and see what their situation.
Yeah, I think oftentimes in these cases, the smaller municipalities probably don't really know some of the other options they have until it happens. And we see
Right.
that in planning and saldos and zoning and all the other issues we have. So I think it really just, it's a matter of education. So even if your association would maybe send out a reminder to municipalities that say you have options, I don't think it'd be a bad idea. I don't think we're out soliciting for these things, so that would probably be a smart move, I guess.
Okay,
Anything else?
thank you. Nope,
Thank
that's
you
it.
for coming.
Thanks, Sarah.
Okay, Commissioner comments, Commissioner Seeley.
Nothing at this time. Just remind everybody that election season is right around the corner. Petitions will be available from Voter Services beginning on February 10th, so that's next Monday, but they cannot be circulated. I will highlight that, cannot be circulated until the 18th. We are making every effort to make sure that these get out to the hands that need them. They'll be posted on our website, available to print off at home, with some minor instructions on to how to print a petition form. They're being sent to municipalities across Crawford County as well, so for local tax collectors, for local boards of elections, you can contact your municipality if you don't wish to come all the way into Meadville or print your own, and we can offer those copies there. So we're trying to make it as easy as possible for folks to take up their civic duty and get on the ballot and help your local community thrive. So with that, thank you, sir.
Commissioner Shell?
According to the weatherman, it looks like it could be some pretty slippery conditions late tonight and tomorrow morning. Please be careful when you're out there, especially for us older people who fall and break a hip, and then we're really in trouble.
Yeah,
So
off to the glue factory.
just be careful, Mr. Gusher.
Okay, anybody else have anything? We'll see you next week. Thank you.